So I'm out here on the range this morning before going onto the course shortly, and I wanted to share some ideas that hopefully could help you with regards to your pre-round warm-up. Things that you can be doing to ensure you're getting ready for the game that you're about to play. And I have 15 golf balls here on the ground, and I'd like to think that you can get warmed up pretty quickly and within that space of time. Lots of people make the mistake of going to the range before they play and just whack a lot of balls without warming up correctly, and that can lead to poor contact, missed hits, and also some injury on certain occasions. So let's make sure you're warmed up and you're ready to play. First thing is we want to get our body moving, and I would say that from the ground up we should just work through the joints, making sure that the feet, the ankles are moving. We can just rotate them. You can do the same with the other side. And you really want to do this based on your own individual needs. Everybody's going to have certain stiffnesses and flexibility issues that they come across. So take your time when doing this. Make sure that as you're bending and stretching, you're doing it in a way that's not going to cause any additional harm. But actually what you're really trying to do is get your body ready to swing. Little drills like placing clubs across your chest and just starting to move in a golf fashion, get the tilting and the turning of your swing on the backswing and the follow through can be a really nice way to just start to prepare your body for what's about to happen. Grabbing the driver and trying to hit the full driver swing straight off the bat is probably not a great idea. A couple of other nice drills I like to do would just be to rest the club in front of me, take one arm and make the backswing pivot, really practicing the extension, the tilting and the turning of the body. This gets you all the way around. Also really helps with this trail arm retraction, getting the arm all the way around. You can do the same on the follow through as well, really getting the body to move. I feel nice, gentle but very beneficial stretches as I do this. So once you feel like you've moved and got your body working, whether that's through some wrist motions like so, twisting and turning the wrist, we can flex and extend the arm, we can do anything we need to get our body ready. What I would do then is I would grab a club, not this one. I'd start with something small. I've got a wedge on the ground here. This is my 52-degree wedge. And the first thing I would actually practice before hitting any balls would be to pay attention to the grass or the ground. You'll see that I'm on the grass here. I'm able to spray a line on this grass so that you can see where my club's going to bottom out. Because before I went to hit any shot pre-game, I would start out with some smaller swings, getting my body used to the weight of the club, and really just looking at striking the ground after that line. Tiny little exercise, but super beneficial just to prepare your body for what you're trying to do. Hit the ground after the line. That's going to ensure good contact. And when you are ready and feel like you've got a few of those motions and movements under your belt, we're going to hit a few. And again, we're going to start out small. I would hit the first couple of shots just as a small pitch shot, medium length chip or pitch shot, where I'm just trying to make sure that contact point with the ground is still after the line. Small movement. That was a very small swing, as I said. It's going to start building up the length. So I may start out just going hip height to hip height as a feel. And then as I got more comfortable, I just allow that swing to get a little bit longer. Perfect contact. 50, 60 meter pitch shot just going out there. So I've hit 2 balls so far, and I'm beginning to get a sense of my body warming up. The Spanish sunshine helps as well. And I'm just going to hit a couple more with my wedge. Again, just letting the swing lengthen out. Didn't hit that one so good. It's hard to talk and hit at the same time sometimes. But I want to just show you how I would keep going with this exercise, keeping the point of contact on the ground after the line. So I'm really going to spend the first 4 or 5 balls here just hitting wedges, trying to get the contact after the line, just like that. That's what I'm looking for. Before I play, I want the feedback that I'm going to strike the ground in the right place. I want to stand over my first shot on the golf course and be pretty certain that that's what's going to happen. Once I'm moving a little bit better, I'm going to lengthen the club, grab a 7-iron here. I would actually encourage you to grab an iron that you're comfortable with, and possibly one that you would know that you're going to hit on the golf course quite early in your round, depending on the configuration of your golf course and the way the holes are set up. If your course begins with a par 3, I'd actively encourage you to hit some shots with that club that you're likely to use on that hole. Or you may know that you're about to play a par 5 and you're going to hit a 100-yard wedge shot as your approach shot to that hole. Having some confidence and some evidence of having struck that shot well before you go out to play can be very, very helpful. Now I've got a longer club in my hand. I'm not going to hit this full just yet. I'm going to keep hitting that ball and trying to strike the ground after the ball. It really is my main focus before I go out to play. I don't really have any swing thoughts. I'm really trying to just make sure the contact with the ball and the ground is good. If I can do that, I can go out on the golf course and I know that I'm more likely than not to make good contact with the shot from the ground. So I'm just lengthening everything out here. 7 irons, keep trying to get the contact point nice, keeping my weight on my front foot, just punching these balls out there. That one was a bit thin and I can feel still, I'm only 6 or 7 balls into this. My body isn't fully warmed up yet. I wouldn't want to take this swing to the course, but I know that as I keep stretching out and hitting more of these, by the time I finish this exercise, I'll be fully warmed up and ready to go. That one was better. I feel like I'm definitely getting a little more stretch as I work through these balls. Quick question for you. Did you know that 80% of your golf ball's direction comes from the club face angle at impact? And it's your wrists that control that angle. If you want to hit straighter shots and add more distance to your game, then check out the link in the description below. So I'm about halfway through. I've hit 52-degree wedge. This is a 7 iron, as I said. And then before you finish this exercise, you'd want to hit the shot that you're going to hit off the first tee. Most courses start with some sort of tee shot as opposed to a par 3. And so if you have a par 4 or a par 5 that you have to go and play, you're likely going to use your driver. You may not. You may need to hit something like a fairway wood or a hybrid off the tee, again, depending on the configuration of your golf course. But you want to make sure that before you've walked off the range and walked to the first tee, that you've hit that shot a few times and seen the successful outcome of that shot before you stand over the ball. One more with the 7 iron, really going to stretch this one out on the backswing now. Keep lengthening that backswing, just get that nice long, full swing. And the speed starting to pick up. Ball's starting to come off the club face a bit quicker, ball's starting to fly a bit further. I've got 6 balls left on the ground here. I have a 3-wood. I know that usually the tee shot I want to hit off the first isn't always a driver. Depends on the conditions, depends on the wind and some things like that. So I'm going to hit a couple with my 3-wood just to make sure I'm happy with that contact. I'm going to tee it up just like I would do. And I'm looking again for that feedback that I'm going to make good contact, have the feeling of the longer club and the faster swing before I get up there and hit this on the golf course. So keeping my weight forward, nice long backswing. Let's go ahead and try and hit one of these down the fairway. That came off lovely. Perfect shot. Happy with that. That might be enough. I've got 15 balls on the ground here, but if I hit one as good as that and my body now feels pretty much warmed up, I may just take the feedback of that nice shot and the feeling of that club, of that ball coming off the club face like that, and the memory and the picture of that shot, I might just stop there and take that to the course. We've got a couple more balls there, so I will hit one driver before we finish, but that could well be the end of your warm-up, making sure that you've got some feedback of hitting the ground in the right place. You've got some nice sensations and feedback of contact off the club face as well before you go and stand on the first tee. I will hit one driver, like I said. I'm going to try and hit one. I know the second hole on this golf course requires a more of a fade shot off the tee, so I'm going to try and hit that shot here just before I finish. My natural shot with the driver is a draw, and so sometimes that tee shot and that shape of shot can be a little less comfortable in my mind. I don't see that shot so easily, so I'll make a couple of little adjustments here with my setup and put the ball more forward to hit a fade. Helps me to swing a little bit more across the ball. Make sure the face is a bit more open than I would normally have it, and then try to line those pieces up. It's always good actually to have a nice swing with the driver. The longest club and the one that's got the most speed requires the body to be fully warmed up. Let me see if I can just hit one on the left edge of that hotel and see that ball curve gently back towards the fairway. Actually came out perfect. Could not have hit that better. Happy with that warm-up. So there's some ideas for you to take to the range pre-round. It's important you do some sort of warm-up and get your body prepared to play. Using drills like the line drill can be very useful. Paying attention to where your club's hitting the ground before you go out onto the golf course can really give you a sense of where the low point of your swing is and help you to make more consistent contact quickly once you're out on the course. Visualizing and seeing the shots that you're about to hit once you go and play can also be extremely beneficial, particularly that first tee shot that you're about to go and hit. I hope you found the video useful. If you'd like to watch more Hack Motion videos and learn about the Hack Motion wrist training device, you can click the link that's down in the description of this video. It will take you to more wrist training videos.